Title: My wife dropped her robe in front of me. I stared in shock and demanded, "What is cheating?" Start: I never imagined betrayal would look so quiet, so deliberate. No screams, no arguments. Just the sound of silk sliding off her shoulders and falling to the floor. She stood in front of me, her body bare, her eyes almost daring me. Like she wanted to distract me from the truth I already knew, and I asked the only question that mattered, calm, precise, cutting through the thick air between us. What is cheating? We used to be inseparable. She was my anchor, my confidant, the woman I thought I'd grow old with. I remember nights when we lay awake, whispering plans about children, houses, the kind of life we'd build together. I believed every word she said. I trusted her laughter, her touch, her loyalty. But trust is fragile. It shatters at the first crack. The first sign came quiet, a shift in her schedule, calls she stepped outside to take, a smile that didn't belong to me anymore. Then her perfume lingered longer than her presence. Nights out became mornings absent. I told myself not to be paranoid, but paranoia doesn't leave lipstick stains on shirt collars you've never worn. I caught her once, eyes locked on her phone, lips curled into a smile she never gave me anymore. She didn't notice me standing there. That was the night I stopped being her husband and became her judge. Pain can drown a man, or it can sharpen him. Mine sharpened. I moved quietly. I didn't confront her. I didn't rage. Rage is messy. Rage is blind. Instead, I watched. I traced her lies, every late-night message, every hotel receipt she tried to hide. I built a case, not with words, but with evidence. I hired a private investigator. Cameras, recordings, screenshots. By the time I was done, I had more proof of her betrayal than she could ever deny. I called my lawyer next. Divorce papers drafted, finances rerouted, assets shifted. I wasn't just planning revenge, I was preparing a stage. And when the curtains rose, I wanted her exposed. The night finally came. I invited her lover into my home without him even knowing. A little trick, an email sent from her account promising an empty house. He arrived, smug, confident. But he didn't find her waiting. He found me. I didn't shout, I didn't raise my hand. I let silence do the work. I let the cameras hidden in the room capture every twitch of his guilt. He stammered, tried to leave, but the doors were already locked. Then she walked in. She froze, the color draining from her face. He looked at her, she looked at me, and I stayed still, calm, controlled. "Drop it," I said. She hesitated. Then the robe slid from her shoulders. She stood bare, trembling, like truth itself laid naked before me. "What is cheating?" I asked again, my voice steady. Neither answered. But silence has a way of confessing louder than words. The next act unfolded in court. I played the footage, every message, every kiss, every hotel door closing behind them. Their faces on screen, projected larger than life for strangers to see. She tried to cry, he tried to hide. But the evidence was a hammer, each blow crushing their denials. I didn't flinch. The judge ruled in my favor. She lost everything: money, reputation, the home she once decorated with promises of forever. He lost his career, his marriage, his name. And I didn't just walk away free. I walked away with everything they thought they could take from me. That's the thing about betrayal. People think it makes you weak. They think it breaks you. But betrayal doesn't break men like me. It builds us. It forges us into something colder, sharper, more dangerous. She once said I was too calm, too calculating. She said life needed passion, chaos. Maybe she was right, because the night she dropped that robe, I felt chaos all around me. But inside, I was ice, and ice doesn't melt, it cuts. So when I asked her, "What is cheating?" I already knew the answer. Cheating isn't just the act of betrayal. It's underestimating the one you betrayed. And that was her final mistake. Because I wasn't the man she cheated on. I was the storm she unleashed. And when it was over, I left her standing in the wreckage, alone, stripped of everything, shivering in the silence she created. Now, when I look back, I don't feel anger. I don't feel sadness. I feel clarity. I gave her my trust once, she broke it, and I broke her world in return. Fair trade. So if you ask me today what cheating is, I'll tell you this. Cheating is setting fire to the bridge you thought you could still cross. And me? I'm the one who lit the match and never looked back.